All right, we should be live. Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. All right, let me make sure I got everything set up. Touch Portal is not even working on my tablet, so I'm gonna have to do it manually every time I switch scenes. All right, let me see. Browser. Okay. All right, so we have quite a bit of people who came to the chat early, so thank you for that. People have just been chilling, chatting. And I just asked if people would be interested in watching me play Elden Ring, and it sounds like people are. So I do have it downloading. Let's see if I can add that. Capture. Okay. This work? I don't think this works. Oh, nice. Steam is very secretive, so you cannot share. But yeah, so Elden Ring should be done easily by the time we get to that portion in the stream. I've never played a Souls game, so this might be fun because it's supposed to be super difficult, right? Can you even change difficulties on these games? Like, is there easy mode or is it just like one mode? But any details on Artesian Builds? Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that because Artesian Builds actually contacted me prior to all this happening. They contacted me a few months ago, back in the end of last year. And I'll talk about that later, but since the stream's still getting started up, I don't want to get into the details and have to be a story repeater later. So right now we're just gonna chill and let me see who's on the chat right now. We got quite a bit of people. We got Will1010, Fat Kid Hero X, man, this is funny, Yakub Farah, and then it's Unbroken. You've been a member for 5 months. We just got the notification there. So one more month and then you get the kind of like Super Saiyan green glow channel icon. So thank you for the continual support. We got Sunil Uric. Man, I swear some of these names are super hard to pronounce, so sorry if I butcher it. We got Mike 1360 in the house, Richard Thomas 88, Lucky Swagger 990. What's up, everyone? Craig Lilly, as always, Shane Eslick, Xan, Matrix Boy, Flair, Mr. Monkey Meat. A lot of returning faces, so this is awesome to see. Hope you all doing well. We got Juggler Gaming Podcast, who I will actually be doing a podcast. I'm gonna be a ghost on, not a ghost, a host on their podcast tomorrow night. It's not a live podcast, but after the episode comes out, I'll be sure to link it if anyone's interested in hearing that. Let's see, Ryan Henderson, Nathan Tasker, tons of people. So welcome. How's everyone doing, by the way? Kasan? Is it Kasan or just San with a silent K? I started playing Dark Souls game way back in the Kingsfield days, the OG Dark Souls games. Then I moved to Demon Souls. Yeah, so I've never played. Is Bloodborne? Is that a part of that series? I've heard of these games. Like, so my friends love these games. Like, Jan Martin, from like Casey from the Land Party story series. They love Elden Ring or the Dark Souls games. So, I never really got into it though because didn't they come to PC later? Like they were originally console, right? And I'm not a console person, so I never got on board when it was all hype. And then when it came out to PC, me being not like I don't play single player games uh often at all, I never got into it. But I think I might be down to try Elden Ring. It seems like the hype for this one is a lot higher than the previous games, but I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Bloodborne is the greatest of all time, according to Get Good Greggy. So maybe Elden Ring will be my like gateway soul game to like the previous installments, which hopefully they hold up well because sometimes you play the newer games and as you go back in time to the older ones, just because they're on older engines or the graphics aren't as good or the gameplay mechanics just aren't as refined, hopefully they're still playable if I do decide to go down that path. Okay, Elden Ring is complete. Hopefully there's no tutorial stage because I'm not trying to just stream tutorial boring stuff. I want to get into the meat and potatoes of me basically dying, but we'll see. Mr. King 72, what's up? You're so early. Yes, a lot of people early today, and I don't know if it's because the stream has just been pushed more lately on YouTube, or if it's because I chose to talk about Artesian Builds today with all the drama that has unfolded recently. But either way, thank you everyone for being here. Mike 1360 says, would like to watch a few games of me playing Phasmophobia. So I've only played Phasmophobia a few times, and that was during the LAN. And that was with multiplayer. Can you play Phasmophobia, and is it just as good single player, or is it meant to be a multiplayer experience? Because there's different tasks to be done and stuff, right? And if so, yeah, maybe we could do that in the future. But I always felt like Phasmophobia felt a little slow paced when we were playing, because you're looking around for clues and stuff. You have to be kind of quiet because you have to like listen for ghost noises and things. So I'm not sure if it translates well to streaming, but it might. Nice. Okay, so Vidur says it popped up on the YouTube front page. I think YouTube is taking steps to promoting streams more. I saw Lester, who's like the YouTube community stream person. He was saying that they're working like front page things like that. Gifted subs or gifted memberships, I think they're testing in Japan right now, so that would be awesome. I wish I could just give membership to people as well, just like giving it to as random giveaways or to people who come back to stream a lot, because yeah, that would be great to just get more people onto membership and access to the emotes. I need to get more emotes made because we do have more members now. But okay, so let's see. First and foremost, let's start the stream out properly and give a big shout out to the channel members who do help support the channel. Everyone helps support the channel by watching and stuff, but the channel members go above and beyond. So I do want to show them my appreciation. So we got Craig Lilly, It's Unbroken, Zia Bobia, Christopher Coonan, Traveler Gaming Podcast, who again, I will be a guest on their podcast tomorrow, and then I'm not sure when they will release the actual episode after it's recorded, but we got Get Good Greggy, Mike 1360, Katie Universe, Dennis Smith as the nerd on a big budget. Then we got Bridello and the best stick man on nerd on a budget. And then of course the remaining nerd on a tight budget members down here. So thank you for your support as always. Okay, let's see. And okay, what are we talking about in chat? Yes, Bartlett University, you are early. No, stream is the same time every week. We do Wednesdays 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, yeah, I don't change the times. I don't change the days, and I've been hitting this consistently. I think since like September or October. So we have a good streak going on here. The gun NOAB is hype. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I'm curious. I'm gonna do a poll. You know what? Okay, I'm just gonna add a poll because I don't think everyone is on Twitter. I don't think everyone follows like tech news / tech drama, stuff like that. So I'm curious if you are aware of what's going on with Artesian Builds right now. Or I should ask a different question. Do you know what or who Artesian Builds is? So far we got 100%. Okay, the votes are coming in, and we got a decent split. Majority of people do know what's going on, though. Rick Roll says, I love watching your opera videos. Thank you. I actually love doing the opera videos because it gives me an opportunity to meet some, PC builders or people who love PCs, PC gamers in my area, and just capturing the unique interactions with other people. It's always different every time. That's the crazy thing. Like if you think about not only how many people are on like this earth, but like just how many people are in like your local city or town or like area or state. There's so many individuals who you may never cross paths with in your entire life. There's people who you just see, like, driving down the street at the grocery store, and you will never have an interaction with them, but they all live like unique, distinctive lives similar to how we all live our own lives, right? So these Craigslist offer up type videos, when I do get a chance to meet someone, and I don't ever just go to a deal and like trade things or buy or sell things. I usually try to strike up a conversation and talk to them a little bit. So that's one of the reasons I continue to do them. I enjoy personally, even if sometimes I don't get the best deals, or if sometimes a deal doesn't work out. It's just a unique experience to share. So that's my take on it. But let's see. So a lot of people sounds like yeah, so I would assume a lot of people who watch my content watch Jay's 2 cents. I think he might be the biggest creator who covered it. I know Keemstar covered it too, but not a lot of people like Keemstar. So um but Jay's 2 cents is definitely in the realm of our, like, the PC tech space, and him covering it probably reached a lot of you guys out there. But still, there's about a third of you, according to this poll, who do not know what's going on. So, did I? Yes, I did cut my hair recently. I actually cut it just yesterday. Yeah. So, thank you for noticing, Christopher. Yeah, some people watch from Keemstar. You know what? I watched Keemstar back in the day. I haven't watched his stuff in a really long time. He's a bit toxic, but I mean, I have to admit, the dude is entertaining and super highly energetic, and he does cover a lot of stuff in the other spaces of YouTube that that's not tech. So sometimes I use that as my source of news. That is like my guilty pleasure, I guess. But yeah, I heard about the Artesian Builds things just from Twitter alone, just because I'm kind of active on Twitter and a lot of people I follow. Uh, I think someone retweeted Kia's post about what went on, and that's how I found out. And then afterwards, a ton of people started covering it, tweeting about it. Jay made a video about it. So yeah. Wait, Craig Lilly, when you said which one, what do you mean? Okay, so let's get everyone caught up on what's going on, and I'll link this in chat as well if you want to like see it or read through it for yourself. Let me see. Give me 1 second. So this is just giving background, and I'm gonna try to be as like unbiased or neutral as possible, but it's kind of hard to given what they kind of did. But yeah, I'm gonna try not to like go all outrage and cancel culture on this one, because I think that clouds our ability to like see what is actually going on. But I'm gonna send this tweet out. This is what's going on, and then we could actually see it as well. So we'll watch the clip, and then I'll explain what happened. So what's happening here is, so if you didn't know, Artesian Builds is a boutique PC builder. So I wouldn't consider them a system integrator like let's say CyberPower PC, iBuyPower, NZXT Build, or stuff like that. They're a lot more custom. So there's different levels of building. Like you got your OEMs like Dell, HP, and stuff. They sell like pre-built towers, even gaming towers with graphics cards and stuff in it. Then you have other companies that give you pretty limited selection of parts you can choose, like NZXT BLD, Build Redux. Like I said, iBuyPower, CyberPower PC, things like that. Then you have your boutique builders, which is what Artesian Builds is considered as. And I'm not trying to get, everyone already knows about them by now, so it's not like I'm giving them free publicity, but I just want to use this as a reference. So what they do is they do like really custom built PCs, right? So if you go there, you have a lot more selection of parts to choose from. You can get like custom etching and engraving. They offer that, and apparently they do these builds on stream. They build every person's like every customer's build on stream. So if you buy a build from them, you can watch for them, which I think that's pretty cool. So it's kind of sad that the only company which I'm aware of doing this kind of messed up so big. But what they do is they have this ambassador program, which a ton of different companies have this, right? I think G Fuel was probably the most notorious that I have seen, but tons of different companies try to find creators to help promote their products by putting it in their bio, putting in their descriptions, giving them a shout out during their content, you know, as a pre-roll ad or whatever. They call these either partners, affiliates, ambassadors, whatever you want to call it. So they have an ambassador program where if you are a streamer, you can promote their products, and if you help sell any PCs through their affiliate links, you get either a kickback, or if you help sell enough, you can get like prizes and things like that. So right now they're doing, in this video, they're doing a giveaway for a PC only for their ambassadors, and they chose an ambassador who did not like drive any sales through the affiliate links that they had. And they were an ambassador for 3 months, and they were a smaller streamer. So like their follower count was under 10,000. They streamed, I think, they weren't like a big streamer that streamed every day. They streamed, I think, weekly or bi-weekly. So they got pulled for this giveaway that there was no other requirements other than to be an ambassador of the program. And then this is what happened. Why is the volume so low on this? I have my volume like maxed out. Is this video just very low volume? Give me 1 second. Oh, here we go. Oh, is there no audio going through right now? What is going on? The desktop audio in my panel is going through right now. This is strange. Okay, yeah, sorry. I think it's just quiet. Under my days ago. Yeah, I think it's just quiet. Okay, well, this sucks that I can't show the clip. But I'll link it again if you want to see it. Yeah. So essentially, this is the CEO. So this person who people are making fun of, like in the Star-Lord costume. So this is their CEO, Noah. And the way that he's talking in this video is very egotistical and like, I am above you type of attitude. He's essentially going through the person that they chose as the winner, looking at their analytics and saying, you don't have a lot of followers. You didn't drive any sales and stuff. We're actually not going to give you the PC. And the way that he went about it was just not the right way. I think based on what everyone has been reporting, what he did was illegal because he had a giveaway and then he changed the rules after the fact while he's doing the drawing. But that aside, I think there are better ways to tell someone, I guess not in this instance, but like if they were to deny sponsorship or something, there are a lot better ways to tell someone that they should keep working to grow and maybe we can work with you in the future. For this giveaway thing, there's like no way around it. What they did was super scummy. So that's the situation right now. So okay, about the whole Star-Lord costume thing, I don't know the context of this, to be honest. So I don't want to drag them through the coals just for him wearing the Star-Lord thing. People do weird stuff on stream all the time. We got, you know, Brett from UFD Tech doing his Meth Jita thing. So people do quirky and goofy things on stream. So I don't think the Star-Lord thing should be the focus of it, because it could have been the theme of the stream that they were doing. But anyways, they're very rude, and coming from the CEO, that's kind of bad. One thing that I do feel really bad for, though, in this situation is, I think some of the other employees just seem fine. Like, I tuned into some of their streams before because, like I said, they reached out to me, and we were in communications, and I'll get into that a little bit more. But, like, the person who's building the PC right here, he doesn't seem too bad. I jumped in some other streams with their other builders and other employees. They don't seem as bad. So what sucks is that the CEO, who is the face of the company, going on to this stream, acting the way that he did. I mean, if he just killed his company right here, it sucks, because this is the livelihoods of other employees who did nothing wrong at this company. Like, there are people who are passionate about building PCs, helping people get PCs, things like that. And if he just tanked his company because of that, people could be out of jobs, which kind of sucks. So that's kind of like my neutral bias standpoint. I think the CEO definitely needs to like either step down or change his tune or something like that. But okay, now let's get on to what I wanted to talk about. Artesian Builds reaching out to me and my experience with them. Actually, before I do that, let's get to the comments and see what you all are saying. Let's see. What company? Looks like he's building out of his garage. I mean, this set doesn't look like... The set looks like, I don't know, not too different from something like Gamer's Nexus, you know, with parts on the shelf in the back, or like what Bitwit would do. So I wouldn't knock him on that. But let's see. Yeah, so people are saying, I'd say he deserves this, but it shouldn't bring down the entire company. Yeah. So that's kind of my thing on it. Right now, there's a ton of outrage and cancel, like people who want to cancel Artesian Builds as a whole, which I honestly don't think is like the most correct approach to do it, because there are more people than just the person who messed up who could be affected by this. So I think the focus should be towards the CEO specifically. But if we go to their page, we can see how they reacted to this. So there's this video. If you look up Artesian Builds on Twitter, you can see it. I'll link it if you want to watch it. This was the worst apology video ever. I wish I could play it for you, but apparently the audio is not coming through. Okay, I'm not sure if you could hear that. According to my OBS panel, the audio did go through. I don't know. The camera they used on this video was actually a pretty good quality camera. I don't know why it came through so crappily in terms of the audio, but it kind of shows like how much effort they put into this. But they did, I think, 3 different apologies, which is kind of ridiculous. And I don't know who did the apologies from the company. I think the first apology is actually from NOAA, which was in 4 parts. You can see all 4 of them here. But the first one says, "Hey, Twitter sphere, I'm really sorry for the way we did parts of the giveaway away." So I have an issue with that. Why did you have to say for the way we did parts of the giveaway today? That's trying to say like, oh, we only messed up on one portion of it. The rest of it is fine though. Just say, hey, I'm sorry for what happened today. Just the whole thing. We've given a lot of people a lot of awesome free tech, and that's not going to stop. I don't know what the point of this is. It's kind of like you're patting yourself on the back. Hey, we messed up, but we did do a lot of good in the past. So, and we're not going to stop. So, yeah, this isn't the time to pat yourself on the back. You just messed up. You need to address what you messed up on and not try to like dig your way out of the hole when you're actually digging yourself deeper. If you want to talk, I'm here. That's the kind of point of being live so much. This is also kind of strange. It seems like this response is a bit tone deaf. I mean, just to say, if you want to talk, I'm here, period. That's kind of the point of being live so much. I'm not sure if he's trying to address us like we're his friend or something like that, but the whole tone is pretty weird. In this is part 1 alone. Part 2. Everyone in the affiliate/ambassador program is eligible to get awesome free stuff and earn money from referrals, which is true. Okay? But this is also not related to the issue at hand, which is you held a giveaway for ambassadors. You didn't have specific rules until you saw that the person who won was a smaller creator, and then you decided you didn't want to give them a PC because you didn't think that they were worthy of getting it because they haven't helped make you money. So that's the issue at hand. I don't know why you're bringing this stuff up. It costs nothing to join. You're burying yourself deeper here. Of course it costs nothing to join an ambassador program, but they're also giving you free promotions, like whether or not you get clicks or not. Like sometimes people can learn about a company through like a streamer or a YouTuber, and they might not click that referral link that tells the company, hey, like Nerd on a Budget drove a sale here, but they got the company in their heads now, and they might return months or weeks later and just go directly to your website, and they could generate sales through that. So using affiliate links just as a metric, I don't think that's a good idea. But let's see what else we have here. You can always go and chat with me live on Twitch. Okay, that's fine. I've talked for a long time about being transparent about everything. It's live after all. See, he keeps on like adding in these little sprinkles of like, hey, I'm live after all. Hey, that's the point of being live. Like you could, someone should have proofread this. So then let's go to the third. Where's part 3 of this reply? So like every single part of the apology so far has issues. There's no filter. There's no PR team. There's just us. You can get a cake or a new SSD. I thought this was strange. And I think what they're meaning is, yeah, where is it? You can get a cake. At first I thought they had something like you can have your cake and not, but you can't eat it too. Like what that's saying. But I think what they're saying is, the way that their streams work is when people donate to the Artesian Builds Twitch stream, 100% of that money goes to whoever's PC is being built right there. Which honestly, I got to give them credit for that. That's pretty cool. Because I don't know of any other like PC build company that does that. So I think you can put it towards upgrades. So I think this is what they're going at. You can get a cake or a new SSD. Like when people donate to when your PC is being built on stream, you can put it towards a cake. I guess this didn't make any sense, but moving on. And remember, yeah, we give back 100% of what we earn on Twitch to upgrade builds and do giveaways. So that's awesome. But I don't think this is the time to be reminding people who are, down your throats right now that, hey, I'm patting myself on the back and I'm doing good. In this apology, you need to just address exactly what you messed up on and how you can improve. No other company is doing it this way, and it's not the easiest way. Stop trying to pat yourself on the back. You've just tried to pat yourself on the back like 3 times in this third part of the apology. So then let's go to the fourth part. So this is their first like apology. It was, Twitter limits your your character count. So the last part is, the easy way is to not be there for you, but I've been there for years. I haven't done much of anything else. I love interacting with you all, and I feel terrible that anyone didn't enjoy. See, this is also strange too, and I feel terrible that anybody didn't enjoy the process today. Actually, no, I guess it could be written just fine like that. I think it should just say, and I feel terrible for what happened today. Not that anybody didn't enjoy it, because I think this is kind of saying that there were other people who were just fine with the stream, but only to those who didn't feel bad, I'm sorry for. I think you should be sorry for your entire viewer base, not just the select people who didn't enjoy it. But please feel free to share ideas on how to improve. I guess this is fine, but that was very hard to read through and break down just because there were so many issues in it, right? Oh, hey, it's Chris. Let's see, Chris. Hey, what's up, Chris? Yeah, Drevler Gaming Podcast says CEO is a classic narcissist. That's how I feel like, just from the little interaction I had with him. So they did a second part. So that was part 1 of the apology, which happened like early on in the day. Chris, I'm responding to you by the way. What's up? Afterwards, they sent out this thing. So that was February 28th, and then the next day, March 1st. This letter is one of the weirdest things I've seen. From the office of the chief executive officer, I mean, this sounds like from the office of the president of the United States or of the White House or something like that. This seems so formal, which I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be knocking it for this, but the way this reads, during last evening's live stream, I made a statement that has affected and hurt Kia. I take full accountability and sincerely apologize for how my statement has hurt her as a viewer and participant in supporting Artesian. Due to updated giveaway guidelines, which were not in alignment with the giveaway, I made the wrong decision to provide. Okay, so he tried to give a reason as to why he did it that way. Updated giveaway guidelines, which are not in alignment with the giveaway. I'm trying to see if this action does not reflect the value of Artesian, which I think that's important to say because the action doesn't reflect everybody. That situation gets worse if you want to hear about it. Yeah. Let's see. This action. Sorry, I'm like halfway in DMs with Christopher Yu right now, but the statement I made regarding the updated giveaway guidelines were made under the wrong circumstances, no way appropriate. Okay, that's good to hear. We would like to be able to provide new guidelines in the future, allow everyone to participate. Yeah, that's fine. You're fixing your mistake. At Artesian, we take your pride in giving our 100% every day and provide a friendly and fun service to all viewers and customers. But in this instance, I have failed not only to our viewers, customers, ambassador, but also my team. So this is probably the best sentence in this apology right here. I can't zoom in on this anymore. Why? Let me see if I can get it in a new link. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think this is the most important thing right here because he's apologizing to his team. He's apologizing to the viewers and stuff. And to be honest, just being in the streams that I've seen prior to all this happening, like when I checked them out before, it seemed like their streams were fine. Their builders seem pretty chill. They seem pretty cool. They seem like just people like me and you. So that's why I say it kind of sucks that the company is kind of burning down right now because I think there are like very passionate people who are building PCs that work there who may be screwed over by the end of this. But he said, during this time, I'll commit my full attention to create new guidelines to reflect Artesian build values. Okay, that's fine. Thank you for your ongoing support and continuation to provide me with personal feedback and to grow. Then he says to the person that he screwed over, Kia, as well as any other streamers, any size that were impacted, I sincerely apologize. Okay, that's so. This letter is better than the first tweets that they, was like the oh crap moment and just sent out. Though I think this is still weird the way that like the way that they went about this. To all my ambassadors, thank you for your ongoing support. This brand would not be here without. So then he's saying thank you for and. The hard thing is to determine whether or not this is genuine, right? We would have to kind of see in the future where they go. But it's really hard initially to gauge what's going on because I think people's first thoughts are that this company is just doing whatever PR stunt they need to cover their own butts. We don't know how genuine this is. I'm like I've said before, I'm not above giving people like a second chance. I'm not aware of them having other huge mess ups in the past before. I don't like, so I'm not sure if they've already been given a second chance. But it'll be interesting to see where this goes. And then after this one, I think they should have stopped here. They should have stopped at this letter because afterwards it was that last video which was horrible because he doesn't show any like remorse or being sorry in his face. It sounds like he's reading off of a script or a teleprompter in this. And yeah. So 3 apologies, they messed up. So now let's go into my experiences with Artesian Build. This was sponsored by Intel and according to so what sucks is that a lot of these companies do sponsor or work with pretty closely like these system integrators or builders. So Intel was apparently one of the sponsors, and that kind of sucks that now they have to like, go back and figure this out, and then make sure whatever was wrong is right. Call whenever. It's nuts. Okay. I'll call you after stream, Chris, just because I don't want to just like say anything on stream. I gotta be careful about this just because I don't want to get sued for slander or anything because I cannot afford to if anything like that happens. Because right now I'm just going over like public information stuff, everything that's on their Twitter. So, okay, let's see. All right, reading the chat. So then let's talk about my experience. They do a typing test. Yeah, so Noah's trying to save face right now. Yeah, from what I can see in this apology video that he doesn't seem sorry. And just the way that he acted during the stream, he seems pretty narcissistic. So, we'll see. Everybody else though, from their build team and stuff, they actually seem like really nice, cool dudes I could like probably chill with. So, we'll see what happens from here. But regarding what happened with me and Artesian Builds, they reached out to me back in December. They sent an email out saying, "Hey, we like your channel. We would like to work with you." And they scheduled a call with me, which I was like, up to that point, I had heard of Artesian Builds just because they're pretty big. They cover or they have builds for a lot of big names. So let me see if I can find it. Shop. I'm not sure if they even have it on here. I guess they don't have it on here, but I think Charlie from Moist Critical is the biggest creator that I've seen on there, but apparently they did stuff with Mr. Beast. So they're all over Twitter. Like, it would be hard to have not heard of Artesian Builds before. They're one of the bigger, with a bigger following anyways, boutique shops, I guess, along with like Power GPU, as well as a few others. So to me, them, Power GPU, and a few other ones are like, hey, if you want a specialized PC build, you have a little bit more money to spend because we could customize it for you. We will build it for you. So I was like, okay, I looked them up. I Googled them. I also looked them up on Twitter. I didn't see anything wrong. So I was like, okay, let me hop in on a call and see what's up and what you want to do. So what Artesian Builds wanted to do for me, no, we haven't deal hunted yet. We're just talking about this right now. Drebler Gaming Podcast said their prices are so high. Yeah, so one of the issues with Artesian Build, and I went back and forth with them a lot on this, because their prices are high, and it's because they charge more for labor because it's a little bit more custom, and they do the stream thing. And to be fair, they're not too different from other build shops out there that do similar things. A lot of these shops will charge you a premium in the upwards of like $150 to $200 to $300 above the price of what the parts cost for the labor and the handling and the shipping and all of that stuff. So what they were doing wasn't a red flag to me because there are other very successful companies that have done it and they did it successfully up until this mess up till now. So they wanted to work with me and they were trying to get a sponsorship thing going on, but because of the nature of my channel and I'm very I'm very money conscious, I wasn't against working with them if we could get a PC spec'd out correctly at the right price, because they do offer other services that give you a little bit more of customization. But I wanted to do like an unbiased review of one of their systems because if I did a sponsored video or like overview type of video for them, I think that would not do well on the channel because I would be obligated to say good things about them, right? So people would not be interested in that, and it's really hard to ignore the price of any of these boutique PC shops because you're spending hundreds of dollars extra for someone to custom build it for you. So I told them like, hey, I can't do that. I would be down to do like if you want to send over a build so that I can check out like your build quality, how well your builders put everything together, all the details that they catch and stuff like that. I'll do an unbiased review. And then afterwards there was like a long pause of like no communication. Because what had happened was the person I was talking to was not Noah. I talked to one of the other people in the company that was a part of their leadership, but it wasn't the CEO. He talked to Noah, the CEO, and he came back with saying, hey, because of the investment that we have to make, we want you to sign this contract to say that you will sell us, or you will get 3 PC sales so that it would help drive revenue for them, right? And I told them, this is not what we initially talked about, because, like I said, part of the contract, you had to do things like promote on social media, like description sections and things like that. And then it was also a contract with like a certain length that you were bound to it. And it also didn't allow you to work with other companies, which, sometimes I get parts from other companies and feature them in builds. So I told them, like, hey, I can't sign this contract because if you look at these items, like, this is not how an unbiased review would work. It would clearly come off as me doing a sponsored video for you all, and I don't want to do that because, one, I've never worked with you before. Like, I would rather do an unbiased review to get things started. But two, if you're sponsoring me to do this video where you send me a PC, I can't talk badly about your price, and your prices are kind of high. So that was basically where the conversation left off. And then all of this happened. So I'm not going to be working with Artesian Builds, obviously, in the near future anyways. But I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of got their act together and at the end of this, they fixed whatever the issue is, either by changing the CEOs out or just completely doing a 180, because a lot of companies have messed up in the past and they've kind of redeemed themselves. Verge is probably the biggest one I can think of. The whole Verge PC build thing was an issue, and now I think it's fine. Like, people are okay with Verge, based on what I've seen in social media. NZXT had their big issues with their H1 cases catching on fire, and by now it seems like that's all forgotten and they've improved themselves. So I'm not above like forgiving a company or giving them second chances. It's just right now everything is super fresh with all the drama that's going on with Artesian Builds. And I kind of got a sense of that based on the interaction I had with the other person in leadership at the company. To be fair, the person that I was talking to, he was completely chill, super cool, super nice and stuff like that. But I think it's because he has to report to the CEO, and the CEO seems to be kind of like money grubbing and is all about like the profit and stuff like that. It kind of made our interaction a lot more difficult because we were trying to negotiate back and forth, like, how can I get a PC and do an unbiased review? Because I thought covering Artesian Builds would have been pretty cool, because no one else in the PC tech space has covered them. Like, no one has reviewed one of their builds, which for their price is pretty high. There's got to be a reason why they're as successful as they are, right? And the only other channel that I've seen is like more of like a medium-sized channel was Braythorn, and I think he was actually like fully sponsored by them. But other than that, Artesian Builds, most of their stuff comes from streamers, and if you know anything about streamers, is that a lot of the time they don't go into the technical details or they don't nitpick a computer. Usually when streamers work with these companies, they get a PC because they're sponsored by it, but they don't actually like review them. They can give overviews or they can give a like kind of general opinions, and usually they say good things about it, but they don't actually break down, open up the PC, look at like the very technical nitty-gritty stuff. So that's why I was open to working with them, but right now definitely not the case. But yeah. Okay, sorry, I just went on a rant. I have so much chat to catch up on. So let me get caught up on chat. Actually, let me see if Christopher said anything. Yeah, so I'll hop. I'm not sure if Christopher Yee's still on stream, because I think he's gonna make a video on that today. So I'm gonna be looking forward to that. But let's take a look at the chat. Let's see. Do you have any PC parts that you're selling? Okay, I don't have any PC parts that I'm selling. Usually, I reserve those for future builds or for like giveaways and stuff. But most streamers don't know the difference between an HDD drive or the SD or M.2. Yeah, so I think most of Artesian Builds growth are from streamers right now, which is fine, but I think them reaching out into the PC tech space, if they had done that beforehand, they probably would have been able to gain more traction if their price was right, but they didn't, and now they're dealing with all this stuff. So yeah, workout stream when how's the injury going? I was actually thinking about that. What if I did a workout stream like on Saturday mornings or something, just so that it got me up earlier, and if people wanted to, they can work out with me. For that one, I would probably do body workouts, just because not everyone has like full equipment at home. But it would be a way to just hang out and get another stream throughout the week going. But yeah, um, Chris, first of all, you are a YouTuber, not just a streamer. You definitely know more what you're talking about when looking at a PC. But I can't bring up the page here on all the streamers that they have what's it called, worked with in the past. Is there no way to, let me see if I can bring it up. Apex. Yeah, I can't find it. Dang, I wonder if they took that out because there's so much PR drama and everyone's dropping them as a sponsor. I wonder if that's why they took out their creator specific section on their website. Streaming made you dumb. I I mean, I see that you're coming back to the videos, Chris, so just keep that up. Um but no, you're doing fine. I look forward to hopping on the call with you because I think reading through your tweets, you said some of your close friends had issues with Artesian Builds specifically. So I'm curious to hear about that. And I'm willing to, put my name in the hat if for the information regarding what I kind of like, how they dealt with me, which wasn't horrible. But I wasn't working with NOAA directly. So okay. Go to shop and custom PC builds. Is that where it is? All right, give me 1 second. Shop. Am I this blind? Oh, custom PC builds. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So we look at, so this is funny because one OTK, or I think it's One True King, that's Asmongold's and Friends corporate organization, right? I think they just recently dropped Artesian Builds, so this is still on there. So they got OTK builds on here. They have Nick Merckx. Who else? Sorry, I don't know a ton of streamers, so I don't know all these names, but there are some big names on here. Let's see. Braythorn's actually a YouTuber. I think he might be a streamer too. Yeah, if you look through this list, there are tons of streamers that they have worked with. So these streamers, promoted them and stuff like that. Filthy Robot. Let's see. Djibouti Dubs. That's someone that I've heard of. Let's see. Is the Mr. Beast PC on here? Let's see if we can find the Mr. Beast. Because I saw something that they did with Mr. Beast, but maybe they didn't have a special PC for him. I thought Moist Critical was also on here. Yeah, Nick Merckx. Who else? So they have Soda Poppin' right here. They have a ton of people that they've worked with. So that's why they are as successful as they are. But I think that also got them kind of big in the head where it's like, hey, we're only going to treat our big streamers well and not the smaller streamer. No way, Djibouti Dubs. Is that that's the prank phone caller person, right? Oh, no. Djibouti Dubs is the person who dubs over like infomercial stuff. Okay. Yeah, Matt plays games. If you guys have any PC parts list setups or PCs that you want, like your pictures of your stuff, send them over to my Twitter, tag me, and then we can look at them later on in stream. But Brandy Young, sorry, I think you asked how I was earlier. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Sorry if I missed a lot of people's messages in chat. It's just chat's going at like, compared to normally, like 1,000,000 miles an hour right now, and we have almost 200 people in here, which is a lot. And usually streams don't get that many, so I'm trying to go through as much chat as I can. Yeah, Kiapia was tagging creators that did the same thing. To they did to her. So I saw that, but I didn't chase that story down all the way for the whole Kia Pia thing, or for her tagging other creators. Did they do that on the same stream? Like, did they nullify the PC that they won on that same stream, or was this like in the past, like that multiple small streamers got screwed over by them? Are you growing a beard? No, I am not growing a beard. I am not capable of growing facial hair of any kind. I got those Asian genes that keeps my face baby smooth. So the pro side of that is that I never have to deal with shaving, which some people complain about all the time. Like, I have friends with facial hair that don't grow out like big glorious beards. The ones that actually shave, they kind of complain that they have to do it so often. And then some of them who can only grow like half beards or half mustaches, where it looks weird where they let it grow, they complain too because they have to shave and they can't grow anything glorious. But for me, I'm probably gonna be a baby face for the rest of my life. No facial hair really. I mean, I do have very small facial hair, but you can't really see it. So yeah, it kind of sucks. I can't grow a glorious beard. I wonder how that would look. But 4 or 5 streamers, and he just so he re-rolled that many, huh? I guess, okay, so here's my question. What do you all, just based on what you know, what can they do to redeem themselves? Because again, we're about forgiveness here, right? We're not above, like, letting anyone have a second chance. To you, what should they do? I just came up with this question off the top of my head because I haven't really thought about what I think that they needed to do, like personally what I think they should do to get back in like the good graces of people. I guess the first thing would be to offer that PC to Kia and whoever else they screwed over, which I think they did. But beyond that, I think I would need to see like more actions from the CEO showing that he like has changed, like his mindset has changed, which you can't just do over like Twitter and stuff. I would need to see like video, like proof where his tone, his demeanor, everything changes. Either that or replace him as a CEO. But he's the founder of it, so I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. Maybe it has to happen now. But other than that, I don't know. Like, they could throw more free PCs to small streamers and stuff, but I feel like a lot of people still won't what's it called? They won't be get past it, I guess. He said he's been doing giveaways for months. How many people did he do that to? Yeah, that's true. Like, he could have done this, or they could have done this as a company, which he is at the head of. They turned on one of their own because she was so small. So I would like to see them start helping the little guy to turn it around. So, I guess here's the poll question. I think he should have done an apology on live stream to show how sincere he is. Actually, that's a good idea, Evil Citizen. They should have. So what sucks is that let's go to their Twitch. So if you go to their Twitch, I mean, yeah, they have a ton of followers and recent broadcasts. How do I see all videos? All recent broadcasts. So they did a follow-up stream afterwards, and this one is titled "So Monday Happened." And what really sucks, and I kind of browsed through this. So this is one of their builders. He was actually the builder on the stream of when it all happened. Like, they still have customers that they have to fulfill PC builds to. Like this, all the parts sitting right here. This is someone who built or who ordered a PC from them well before the drama happened, and now the stream is being bombarded with people, basically hating on them. And I don't think they hate on him based on what I saw in the comments. I think people were still okay with like the builder. He seemed like a pretty chill dude. But I guess what sucks is that moving forward, what they do is they invite their whoever bought the PC to come watch them build it. Which again, like, it sucks the way it worked out with Artesian Build, because I think that's really cool that you can watch your own PC being built by this company. Price aside, because as we all know, some people have way too much money to spend and they can afford something like this. So being able to see someone build your PC and interact and have people donate to like upgrade your PC, that is such a cool concept. I wouldn't be surprised if a ton of other PC builders picked up on that and started doing that as well. But it sucks that now the kind of PC building experience for all the people who are getting stuff from them is being tainted by one mess up from the CEO. But we'll see. You know, I'm sure this will die down in like the next few months, and then we can return to this later and see how they do in their redemption arc. But Mike1360 said, you hear about the NVIDIA data breach by the hacking group Lapsus? They claim to have around 1 terabyte of data from NVIDIA. I did not hear about that. We can look that up though. NVIDIA data breach. Unfortunately, he seemed too much like a sociopath to actually change his ways. I feel sorry for all the employees. Okay, I wouldn't go as far as to call him a sociopath, but it's also hard to judge someone by like a video clip or like one stream clip that you've seen. It could be very telling of what they are like off camera and stuff like that, but I haven't watched enough of his streams or any of his videos. Like, I think there's a lot of videos on their YouTube channel with Noah in them, so maybe I should go through that and see, like, and maybe form an opinion on him, not just based on the one thing that he messed up on, or maybe he messed up multiple things. But yeah, let's see, this NVIDIA hack though. Data breach aftermath gets serious. Okay, what news outlet, tech news outlets do you guys go to for free news, by the way? I'm seeing Guru 3D is one that I've been going to in the past, but there's VentureBeat, CNN, TechCrunch. Let's see what Guru 3D has to say. Oh wait, I cannot wait for you to see how it's more than one mistake. Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm sure you're working on the video right now, right, Chris? So definitely I'm gonna check in on that, but I want to hop in a call with you as well. The CEO reminds me of Pharma Douche. If he acts like that on stream, can't imagine how he is off stream. Yeah. Very curious. I think I'm going to be tuning in on the streams where he's not in to see what the employees are saying about it or how they address it, because like I said, obviously not everyone is at fault here. It sucks when the top person in your company messes up, because you're the face of the company. It reflects on your entire team. They got source code for DLSS. Okay, so this data breach from NVIDIA is not like user data. The first thing I thought about when you said data breach from NVIDIA, I was thinking like, oh, they got our GeForce Experience login passwords and emails and stuff like that. But you're talking about like leaks and stuff like that. They threatened to leak all data if NVIDIA does not remove the hash rate restrictions on LHR devices. Wow, really blackmailing them there. But it seems like more than one mistake in multiple people who got done, plus the tax fraud claims. So the tax fraud claims, to be honest, I don't know enough to speak about. But I did watch the video on it where I think it was like a lawyer or an attorney. He went over it. It was like what, the FTB or whatever. He got the Artesian Builds got in trouble for not paying their taxes. I don't know the details of it, so unfortunately I can't speak on that. But I hope that whoever's covering these stories are getting it correct, because a lot of times with this whole like quick outrage and cancel culture stuff, some people do get details wrong and just spread misinformation. Like the giveaway stuff was messed up. It being illegal, that's all messed up. But anything else that's piled on top of it, I hope people are reporting on it correctly. Having an employee get into trouble is bad enough, but the CEO, that's really bad. Yeah. No, not my GeForce Experience settings. But yeah. So I guess that's it for the Artesian Builds portion of the stream. I just thought it was really funny that like they had reached out to me. We had one call and we were back and forth to try to work out like me reviewing one of their builds, and it never went through, which I think I actually dodged the bullet there, because if I did a review on an Artesian build, I think I would be from what I found, I would be one of like maybe 2 or 3 people who are like tech content creators who covered like a review in depth of their products. That's not like a streamer promoting them. So I would be one of the few people who covered them. And then this horrible stuff happened. I'm curious if I would have gotten hate for it. But it seems like I've dodged the bullet in that it never worked out. But my hands on the glass, I made the ice disappear. Yes. Why do I put my dirty hand on the rim of the glass? That's a good point. I didn't really think of that. I guess my hands are dirty for touching my keyboard and mouse and stuff, but I'm not really a germaphobe, I guess. So, dude, I eat tater tots off the floor. Like, me putting my hand on this glass is not a big deal for me anyways. But I guess some people could view that as being disgusting. I know my friend Nick from Land Party Stories, he's kind of a germaphobe. He would think that's gross, but I'm just very fidgety with my hands, so I'm just grabbing onto whatever I can. But okay, let's see. Floor tots are the best tots, exactly. They have a bunch of extra flavor baked in there, and bacteria cultures that help boost your immune system. Let's see. It keeps your immune system strong. It's just target practice for you. Yes, exactly. Suns fans. I do remember the name. I don't remember the conversations that we did have from a while ago. But let's take a look at. I mean, so normally the stream is like deal huntings. Today was more like tech news / tech drama. I don't know if there's that much to deal hunt. We can, if anyone has anything in particular they want to deal hunt, we can do that. But otherwise, I'm gonna hop in to people's PC build lists and take a look at this. Every single time, PC Part Picker, why you do this to me? I gotta play the gacha, not the gacha, the captcha every single time. Oh, what is this even? Please click each image containing a vertical river. Okay, we gotta click on vertical rivers. This is the first time I'm seeing something like this on the captcha. We got vertical rivers in here. Yep. Ooh, some of these are kind of tricky. Some of them are tricky. All right, but we're looking at those PC part pickers lists from what they sent in, and I guess that could kind of deal with deal hunting because we're gonna be looking at parts of stuff. But all right, so we've got Matt's Plays who submitted this one in, and then let's see, Matt's Plays. Is this something that you are looking to build for yourself, or you already built it? Just so that I can know, you know, whether or not I should give tips or praise. But you've got the system for, let's look at this grand total real quick of $671, which is pretty impressive. But every time I look at a build, I look at the price, which under $700 in this climate looks pretty good. Then my eyes dart directly to the CPU and then the graphics card, which, where's the graphics card in this? There's no graphics card and you don't have integrated graphics. Am I missing something here? Okay. So this is a build without the graphics card. Oh, you have a $100 Windows OEM key in here. This is definitely adding more to the price that might not be necessary. Oh, no prices available here. So where's Match Play? This is my new PC I own now. Okay, so it looks like some of the prices are missing here. Oh, you have a 6970. I'm completely blind. I'm sorry about that. So this is what you own now. When you put no prices, is it because you carried it over from your previous build? Dang, 6970? That is old. But that's probably not even DX12 compatible, right? There's a card. 6970, yeah, sorry. GPU is right there. I know, I'm just used to the GPU being up higher. Also, I was not expecting a 6970 in here. Will push people into buying full price product keys. Yeah, so I guess, did you modify the prices on this, Matt? You put it together real quickly. So I guess we're gonna have to ignore the prices. But you got 5600X DS3H, which is kind of like an entry level B450 motherboard, which is fine. No PCIe Gen 4 here, which is also not a huge deal. 3200 CL16 is very standard for a system. You got a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue drive and a 240, so kind of a small SSD for today. I know that putting Windows on here and just like 1 or 2 current titles would basically fill this up and slow it down. So I think in terms of this, biggest upgrade for sure should definitely be the graphics card because of its age. It's, you know, the huge bottleneck for the 5600X, which is still a very solid CPU right now. And yeah, graphics card and SSD, you should be able to put a M.2 one in there if you want to, you know, just save on cable mess, and like having to mount it at all in the case. It just goes right on the motherboard. I would probably suggest getting a 500 gigabyte M.2 NVMe drive if you can. There's no reason to really get M.2 SATA. They're like the same price. Then you got a EVGA G5 650 watt power supply, which is fine, and you have Windows Home, and then your monitor's a 1440 by 900. So I guess you have a lower resolution monitors, which isn't, which it's also kind of holding your build back, or I guess it pairs well with your graphics card being a little bit older. You run at a lower resolution, but 1080p monitors, especially higher refresh rate ones, are getting kind of cheap now. You can find them for like sub $150. So, in terms of the build itself, you've got like half selection of new parts and half kind of older ones. Mostly this monitor, SSD, and graphics card. I'm guessing this is a work in progress, and you can build up from here. But yeah, whenever you can get your hands on a newer graphics card, bigger SSD, and monitor, that would be my first go-to. But other than that, I'm curious what you're playing on this, Matt plays. What's up, T-Lug? Remember that your OS drive should be separate from your game drive if possible for max speed. In this one, it would be hard to do because if your game drive's on your 1 terabyte, then what's up, Christopher Coonan, by the way? Hopefully your kitty's doing okay. He had to take his kitty to the vet, so he let me know that he was gonna be late, which was very kind of him. So hopefully your cat's doing okay. Yeah, but for this one, you ideally, if you, what he's saying is split the OS and the game drive, but putting games on the spinning drive, that's kind of rough for load times on some games. Okay, let's see. What else we got here? Some people sent pictures, which also works pretty well. Okay, here's a PC part list. Can I zoom in on this? Nope, I'm going to have to copy the image link and go to its own tab so I can zoom in. All right, so for this one, parts list that so this is Easy Plays. They are going to flip this. How much do you think they can sell it for? All right, so let's take a look at this. Okay, now actually, let me get caught up on chat real quick. My uncle gave it to me over a year ago. Okay, planning on getting a 1 terabyte M.2. So yeah, Match Plays Games definitely has plans to upgrade his PC, so that's good to hear. I don't think he spent 100 on Windows. I think he just put it in the PC part picker list and it automatically generated that price. There are multiple ways to get Windows for either cheaper, for free, or just run it unactivated, which you can choose whatever method you want to go about. But I have not spent $100 on Windows, I think, in my entire life. Actually, let's run the poll. So let's end this poll. Why is it taking so long to come up? You can buy legal keys for $15. Legal is I think you have to like put a disclaimer on that or put quotes on it. So just because they are like legitimate license keys and not volume ones or OEM ones, the means that they were acquired might not have been legal. That's why they call them gray market websites, which I'm perfectly okay for people buying from. I've bought from them in the past. But to call them 100% legal, I don't know if that would be correct. There's not enough like concrete evidence as to where these CD keys come from these companies. They don't disclose it. That it's hard to tell if they were meant for like a different region in the world, which is why they were able to get the price down so low, or if they were stolen or bought with stolen credit cards, etc. So yeah, but that's its own other topic. Okay, so this is someone's build they want to flip. They got a Ryzen 5 1600, which I have not used this processor in so long. If I can get one for cheap enough, I am totally willing to build with a 1600 still in this day and age. Because, again, you're going to be paying a graphics card that isn't going to be pushing crazy high frame rates, and this wouldn't be that much of a bottleneck. But then we have a B450 DS3H, okay, another entry level, pretty cheap gigabyte motherboard. We got Kingston Savage 2800 CL14 memory, okay. How does that work out in terms of the true latency? This might be close to like 3000 or 3200 CL16, but okay, that's fine. In this day and age, though, I mean, this is probably an older kit of RAM that's being used in here. If you're buying new RAM, it is really hard to find anything under 20 or under 3000 megahertz. Like, it's just the same price as like the 2133 stuff. So we have the Team Group MP33. Okay, we got NVMe drive. GTX 980, which I think those are going for 250 when we checked last week. And then you've got this Mustex MK7. MK7. Oh, it's this case. It's this Cube one. I know Toasty Bros did build this. Oh, we got a super chat from Jason Mitchell. I have $2,400 to spend on game PC. Who do you recommend and what should I put in it? If you want to maximize your dollar, definitely. I haven't looked. Maybe we can look during this stream, but I know NZXT BLD provides quite a bit of value in their builds, especially the higher end you go. The lower end ones, because of the crazy graphics card market, they don't. When you are paying $200 over MSRP for a lower end item versus $200 over MSRP for like something that costs $1,000, the percentages are kind of skewed, right? So if you have 2,400 though, you should definitely be able to get, I would think, a build with the 3080 at least, if not 3080 Ti. But I know Build Redux, NZXT, I've worked with both of them. They don't pay me or they don't sponsor me, but just looking through their websites, they had quite a bit of value. I worry a little bit about CyberPower, iBuyPower, and those companies because I've heard more horror stories and them using lower quality components in terms of like the power supply or the motherboard. Sometimes they skimp on high-end builds, the heatsink for the CPU. So I wouldn't look at those, but maybe we can take a look at them in a bit. Maybe they've, improved since I last took a look at them. But just going back to this build though, you got true construction paper. What is this construction paper for? Did you use it to mod the build in any way? But you got 500 watt. What, an Ari's game? Okay, so it's kind of like I don't know what tier this is, but kind of I don't think they have any A or B tier power supplies. I think Aries game stuff is probably C tier and below, which is again fine if. Oh, actually, Ari's game 500 watt power supply and GTX 980 kind of scare me a little bit. I don't think the wattage pulled is a problem because a lot of times PCs don't pull that many watts anyways, or they don't require that much power. But this being kind of like a unknown, not as covered power supply, I would worry. But if you wanted to sell or flip this, let me see, 50, 100, 150, 400, 450, doing a quick 500, and you wanted to make some profit, I would think this is like a $650 to $700 build, and that's you making some profit on top. If you were to build this and like want to pay for the parts, I think this is around 5 to 550, maybe 600, depending on how much you can get the graphics card for. So that's why I'm saying like 600 if you were to build it yourself. If you were flipping it, trying to make profit, maybe you can sell it for 700. But I do worry a little bit about the power supply. Okay, Tech Yesterday did I saw Brian's video on the gray market Windows keys. I think what he did in that video was he called Microsoft support and he got one of their outsourced foreign people who answer the phone calls. I think it was like someone with an Indian accent, if I recall correctly. I may be wrong, but I'm not sure if that person knew the exact answers to give or they just kind of gave whatever to get Brian off the phone. I have to rewatch that video, so I might be quoting it wrong, but just because one Microsoft employee says that these gray market keys are okay, and they could be okay, but the means of getting them might not be okay. But again, I want to reiterate, I'm not what's it called, like, looking down on people who do buy gray market keys or anything like that. I just think there is some sketchiness going with them that I don't know the full story to. So I tried not to buy them when I can. Okay, so next up we have Easy Plays, PC Part List. Going, oh, another one that you're gonna flip? Dang. Okay, I got to move on to someone else. I can't just do all the same person. But let's see. Just had your windshield smashed with a rock. Can I get a uwu for the Pepe feels? Oh no, Luis from Kryptonic HD. You got your windshield smashed? The front one? Like someone did it on purpose, or is it accidental while driving? Or yeah, no. I know he literally called Microsoft, but didn't he talk to like just one of their operators? Some of those operators are working on like minimum wage, or like they don't care about their jobs, etc. I gotta rewatch the video, so don't quote me here, but I think what I took away from it, because he did this video a couple years ago, right? I don't think it was conclusive that the keys were obtained legitimately. I don't think there is a way to determine that. But all right, so we got Bartlett University saying, oh, we got a PC part picker list. Currently have a 1050 Ti in my system. Just traded my 1060 6GB to my brother, but I'm really close to buying a 6600 XT or non-XT. Would I be bottlenecked? Okay, wait. With the XT variant. Okay, so let's take a look at this build. They have a 3600. Would you be bottlenecked with the XT variant? Do you suggest you upgrade all the parts? Okay, so they have a 1050 Ti in their system right now. And there is no video card on this list, right? I just want to make sure I'm not like being blind again. 3600 is still very solid. It is on a 320 motherboard though, so there's no overclocking. But I think the boost clock should be just fine. You got a 240 liquid cooler. Okay, that looks good. 3000 megahertz RAM. CL15. That is a strange a cast latency that I don't often see. 240 gigabyte SSD, 2 terabyte HDD, IQ 220T case, Supernova. Okay, everything here looks fine. 144 hertz monitor, so you are pushing high refresh rates. Okay, so would you be bottlenecked with the 6600 XT? I wouldn't say severely bottlenecked by running it with the 3600. And if anything, you can up your graphic settings or even run at a higher resolution to balance it out. But in terms of upgrading, I don't. The first thing I would upgrade is definitely this SSD, even though it's not going to affect your performance. But your system is getting to the point where it's valued enough, having like a 3600, a 6600, or 6600 XT in it, as well as a pretty, a good power supply, a pretty nice case. I think 240 gigabyte for an SSD is way too small on it. So definitely upgrade to at least a 500 gig or 1 terabyte. That would be the first thing I did. Afterwards, this is kind of a tough call because you are locked into this A320 motherboard. Like I think this should support the 5600X. So if you wanted to do a CPU upgrade, you could, but it's a tough call. I guess I don't know how much you have to spend. So graphics card, SSD, then CPU. I would see if I could try to sell this combo and recoup as much as I can and upgrade to like a 5600X, or if you have enough for like a Ryzen 7 5800X, or actually I would consider Intel because their 12th gen processors are pretty well priced. The 12400 is what, $200, and you can get a motherboard for like 100. The only thing is the motherboard is kind of expensive. I think there are some approaching 100 though, but that's kind of an expensive upgrade. It's $300 to kind of redo the whole architecture of the motherboard and CPU. So you kind of have options there. I don't know how much you have to spend though. Dude, watching this is reminding me of my roots. I mean, my peels. Chris, you're still here. I'm glad you're still here. I figured you might have been busy and like gotten to do other things. I'll be done around 7. So if you're available for the call, I'm totally down to do so. But if not, maybe we can schedule for another day. Just let me know. Yeah, so that's what we have for Bartlett University. Thank you for sending that in. So we have Ethan who asked a question that will be kind of similar to the super chats earlier. Let's see. Bridello, you got 3 months. And thank you for sending the message. I totally missed that earlier. Hopefully you're still in the stream. But yeah, 3 months member. Thank you very much for that. And I see that you use your custom message for that. But Jason Mitchell asked about the $2,400 to spend on a PC. But then we also have, hey, this Ethan, what pre-built gaming PC companies would you recommend? I was looking to build Redux for their retail prices and build fees. So let's take a look at this right now, actually. Build Redux. PC builds. So we'll look at that in NZXT, which I have no allegiance to either company. They have both sent me products to review or to feature, but they do not pay me a salary to promote their products. This is just, if you can't build your own PC, I'm trying to help you find what the best pre-built option is. And there are a lot of other companies. Definitely recommend them down below if you know of any other ones. Luis says not wearing green makes him uncomfortable. But let me know, and we can also check out other builds. Just looking through the prices of stuff, everything is pretty standard except for graphics cards. That and their labor fee is going to determine whether or not you should go with these companies. So let's take a look for specifically. It was Wonder Bread. Sorry, I missed your super chat as well. You built your PC a couple days ago. What do you think of the build? Let me get to you okay, let me get to you right now, actually. I'm trying to keep up with this because I'm not used to the chat being this lit right now. But Wonder Bread says you built your PC NZXT H1. Okay, I think the H1 is actually a very cool looking case, despite the issues they had in the past. 750 watt PSU. Okay, 12700K RTX 3070. You got 32 gigabytes of RAM, DDR5. Okay. Motherboard, you got a 6. That sounds like a very expensive system. Congrats, because it sounds like an expensive but beautiful system, and if it's within your means, there's no issues with, you know, going a little bit premium on some of the parts. Yeah, very solid there. I'm curious where you got your, if you got your EVGA card, Wonder Bread, from the EVGA Q system, or if you bought it elsewhere. But I like it. I like it a lot. Definitely not Artesian. Redux is insanely overpriced. So when I did my review and when Redux first came out, this was before the pandemic went all crazy, their prices were really good. So let's revisit it right now. Hey, they have they have my video on here. Yeah, so they even put my quote on here, which is kind of cool, I guess. This does not mean that I am sponsored by them, by the way. And this does not mean I'm obligated to say good things about them. But let's take a look at the builds. Let's build our PC. So we'll go through this in NZXT and compare those two. Okay, Wonder Bread got his RTX 3070 at Newegg. So we're going to be looking at a $2,400 build for Jason Mitchell here. Hopefully he's still watching this so that I'm not just talking to the air. But also Clark SP, I'm sorry I missed your super chat too. When's the next LAN party? They're super entertaining. Next LAN party already happened. It was last weekend, or 2 weekends ago. The video this coming weekend will have parts of the LAN party in it, and then the full LAN party video will come eventually. But okay, okay, let's see, budget. Can we go to the budget? And we're gonna go to the best, which is $2,800. Wow, that's a big jump. $1,400, $1,700, and then $2,800. Let's take a look at what their $2,800 PC has. Do I have to pick the games? Let's pick all the heavy hitter games that have crazy graphics. Okay, next. I probably should have picked 1440p. RTX 3080 is $10.99 at Newegg. Prices are coming down. Yeah, I saw tech tubers covering that. We'll get to that hopefully in a second. I don't think I'll have time to play Elden Ring tonight, unfortunately, for the people who wanted to, because there's so much to talk about in this stream, and a lot of people have PC advice questions that I do want to get to them. So this is the first thing that I look for in a company, if they break down the cost of things, because it's really easy to see what's worth it and what's not right off the bat. But So they break everything down, and here's the component cost. So it's gonna be 2,800. There's a $75 build fee, and adding those two up is how you get your $2,800, which is completely fine. But let's see the prices they have on everything. So 12,700K for 399. That's how much they're going for at Best Buy and Newegg. So that's fine. You're not getting any discount with it, but they're not overcharging you for that. 16 gigabytes of RAM and dual channel memory. So they don't really give details about this, but at $85, I mean that better have RGB and better be at least like, in this DDR4, right? So yeah, that should at $85 be at least like 3,200, if not maybe 3,600 megahertz, like CL16. They're 240 millimeter AIO, $75. That seems fine. Their TD500 case, which is a really nice case. I forget how much that goes for, but we can quickly look that up. So a $7,500 build fee, by the way, I think is beyond reasonable. That's actually, I think, one of the lower costs in like the industry, because they have to build the parts, or they're saving you the trouble from having to source the parts, build it, troubleshoot it, all that stuff. So that's like what, 3 hours worth of work. That's averages to like $25 an hour, which is, again, I have no issues with. Z690 chipset. The thing is, they don't tell you, I don't think, the details of this. If we customize, yeah, you don't know what motherboard they use. Oh my god, do we have to start this over again? The motherboard that they use, I think, changes, so you don't get a pick of exactly what it is ahead of time. But 199 for Z690, that seems fine. Like, I don't have an issue with that price. Windows. So one cool thing about them, I think, is that you can, after I did my video, they added in the option to take off Windows right here. So that's one thing I like about them. Well, I like other things about Build Redux, but you can remove the cost of Windows if you want to run it unactivated, or if you want to run a gray market key. So this is really good to see. I wish every PC build company did this. But now let's go back to what do we have here? You are getting a 3080 Ti 12 gigabytes. So the thing about this build is, or the 3080 Ti for $1,500, is that how much they're going for, or have the prices dropped down to where we might be seeing them for less? Let's see. If I wanted to buy one right now, StockX has it for $1,500. Newegg has it for $2,000. We got a super chat, which I will get to in a second. eBay has them for $1,500. So I think this seems about right. The 3080 is a little bit less, but $1,500 for 30 Ti, I think that's the going rate. And also, a lot of these system integrators, I think, they're also being charged more for these graphics cards too. It's not like they're just profiting a ton off of them. So 1 terabyte M.2 NVMe for $124. Depending on what drive they use, if it's like a Samsung one, I guess that's justifiable. But there are lower price NVMe drives that go for around like 90 or so, which will work just fine. They're throwing in 4 free fans, which they say it's $72 value. I don't know. Is this on top of the ones that come with the case? But fans are cheap nowadays. You can get cheap RGB ones on Amazon for like 30 or $40. So 72 might be stretching it. 850 watt ATX 80 plus gold power supply. This is the issue though with a lot of these build companies. They don't give the details as to which power supply they're using. I know from speaking with Build Redux when I worked with them, or when they sent over a video for me to do a review on, I asked them about their power supply directly. They are using an OEM that makes high quality power supplies. They didn't specify which one. So this one I can also give them a pass for. $140 for a power supply of that wattage rating at 80 plus gold, and assuming it's a high quality one, 140 is about typical. Here's a $30 wireless card. I wonder if you can remove that so you can save some money if you're going to Ethernet anyways. And then there's $75 fee. So breaking this down, I think we can customize this to get a cheaper graphics card. I can't believe they are charging. Oh wait, they're charging $309 for a 1650, $459. So this is about standard pricing if we went to eBay. $459 for a 2060. $650 for a 3060 Ti. This actually might be a little cheaper. I could have sworn I saw 3060 Ti's going for around $700 in my local area, but 3070s for $789. So with build Redux, from what I'm seeing right now, I think their prices are reasonable. Obviously, the graphics cards are overblown, but that's everybody. So just by looking at that, I think I would be okay recommending a build based on these prices. Like, yeah, take a look at the 3080 right here is going for $1,100. I don't think you can. Let's look on eBay for a 3080. If we look by lowest price, what can we find for it? As for repair, going for $900 for a pre-owned one, parts only for $900. For a working open box water force version, $1,300. So yeah, if you can't find a graphics card, that going with build Redux based on the prices I just saw, and you can downgrade your processor if you want, but for $2,400, what could you do? I don't think you can really do much except downgrade to a 3080, and then you're at 2,400. So Jason Mitchell, if you're still in the chat, this I could give my stamp of approval on this. But let's go to NZXT next. Yeah, and if anything, I guess if you're able to build your own PC because you have a micro center nearby or something nearby that has graphics cards in stock, I would say you could save more money because you save on shipping costs and the labor fee, of course. But like when we went through each of these parts, you can choose a 1 terabyte SSD that's cheaper than 124. You can choose RAM. You would probably want to go to 32 gigs based on the price of the system. And they have 32 gig kits for like $120. Yeah, you can maybe, if you don't care about Z690 and 12700K, you can get a locked processor and a cheaper motherboard. So if you can build on your own, definitely it will always be cheaper if you can find the graphics card in stock at a competitive price compared to what they can have this for. But let's go to NZXT and let's take a look at their gaming PCs. Why can't I? Okay, I have to accept cookies. Pre-built PCs. So I think a creator PC. How much is this? Oh, $4,000. Okay, too rich for our blood. Let's go to their streaming PC. $1,700, $2,000, and $2,899. Let's see if we can customize this. Okay, actually, let me get to the super chats real quick. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I get all the super chats because I feel really bad when people donate and have a message and I totally miss it. So, and then Drebler Gaming Podcast also says, yeah, they offer warranty. That's the good thing about, I guess, buying a pre-built if you are not comfortable working on your own PCs, because they will send you a full working product, and if anything doesn't work, they will take care of the shipping back and forth and handle it for like a year or 3 years, whatever the warranty is. If you build a PC on your own, and I've had this happen with close friends and family members, because they usually consult me for like a parts list. I send it to them, they build it. Sometimes something just doesn't work. So then they are out of a PC until they can get it up and running. They're emailing or texting or calling me back and forth for troubleshooting stuff because, you know, they're not local to me. I have to like try to troubleshoot over the phone. And if you've ever troubleshooted PC stuff before without the PC being in front of you, you'll know it's kind of difficult to do, just because they might not be relaying all the information correctly to you, or they might be missing a detail in like the BIOS screen or like the error message that you could catch if it was in front of you. So there is a value to a warranty for people who want their first PC to be something that just works without any issues. So again, I've said this many times before, I am not above pre-built gaming PCs. I don't consider myself like an elite person or like better than anyone else because I can build my own. I will recommend pre-built PCs any day of the week as long as their value is there. But XVRLF says 10700. He has a 10700K and 3060. Any upgrade advice? You have your 2K budget. I would definitely upgrade the graphics card, which will eat up almost your entire $2,000 budget. Unfortunately, the 10700K could run a lot of games, especially if you're going to be running at 4K or 1440p. You're not going to be, and higher settings, you're not going to be pushing crazy high frame rates, you could easily achieve like 144 hertz, and then pair it with, you know, a 3080 or something like that. So that would be my recommendation if you wanted, but you have a budget of 2K. So I don't know. My thing is, if it's not broken, don't fix it. It seems like your 3060 is the only thing that is kind of holding you back. So yeah, that's my input on it. XVRLF, and thank you for the super chat though. Okay. Lynn Chester says IT tech guy here too. It's a pain in the butt when the user don't understand IT lingo and try troubleshooting. Yeah, so at the LAN party that we recently had, Casey was having my friend Casey was having trouble with his computer, and he had trouble with it up until the LAN party. So for a couple of weeks, he couldn't use his PC, and I was trying to help him because he doesn't live near me. He lives like over an hour away. So I was calling him, or actually I was messaging him on Messenger, telling him what to do, and nothing worked. We troubleshooted at LAN, and it was the weirdest issue that I've never heard of before. So you'll see that in a future video. But yeah, troubleshooting is not the easiest thing in the world, depending on who is getting the advice and stuff. So that's my take on it. Bridello says, thoughts on upgrading from a 2060 Super to a 3070 Ti. I think that's worthy enough of a jump in an upgrade. From like 2060 to 3060, I would say just wait. Like that's, I am not a fan of one generation incremental jumps. But if you're doing a one generation plus a tier, which going up to a 3070 Ti versus a 3060, that is a big jump. I would say that is worth it. Plus, you might get maximum dollar for your 2060 now, especially with the prices of 3000 series cards coming down. So it might be a good time to jump for now. I personally am using a 2060. I could, I guess, use a higher end card, but I think a 2060 is still very solid in today's performance. But let's get back to the NZXT build for Jason Mitchell, which has he been in chat? He might have had to leave. These streams can go for a kind of long time. But let's see. So we got our streaming. Oh, they got different values. So $2,000 get you the streaming plus. So that's 400 away. Streaming Pro is 2,900. So this let's choose the one that's closer to his $2,400 budget, because you do have to account for tax and shipping too. So if you can come under, that's a little better. Technically, if you have $2,400 for a PC build, you can only really get a $2,200 PC build, because like in Washington, state tax is 10% or 10%. So that pushes you up to your $2,400 budget. So let's take a look at what this thing has. So they don't break it down, but we can get an idea very quickly. So this is a $2,000 build with a 3070 Ti. This already looks like $2,000 build, streaming plus PC. We have 3070 Ti. That is at least a $1,000 card right now. That's I can already see the value of this PC without even breaking down the price. We've got a $300-ish processor, and we've got like a $75 worth of RAM, like a $100 SSD. We have a motherboard that's do they talk about the motherboard at all? CPU cooler. They have a Kraken. Wait, the M22. Isn't that a 100? Yeah, they're using a 120 millimeter, which is kind of not the most ideal thing in the world. But and then they have their 750 watt gold. I'm assuming this is an NZXT power supply, which are high quality power supplies. I think they're B or A tier on the PSU tier list. So those are worth around like 120 to 150 alone. And then we have the NZXT H510, which is fine. Nothing on the motherboard. So just by looking at all the parts plus the labor, I can already see. Let me look at the price of a 3070 Ti on eBay though. That's the only that's, like I said earlier, the deciding factor of whether or not a build is worth it. Because I don't even know how much you can get 3070 Ti's for normally, whether it be used on eBay or... So Build Redux has it listed at $915. Newegg has it... So Newegg, Mercari, Walmart has it for around like over $1,000, like $1,000-ish bucks. Like there's nowhere else to get it except for Newegg. So we have to use that to base our price. Unfortunately, though, we'll see if they get back in people's good graces soon. All right, so we do have a $900 card here, Vision, Gigabyte Vision, Ventus. Okay, so these are valued at $900 to $1,000. Which did they say which card that we have from the NZXT build? They don't. They just say it's that. So assuming this, even assuming this is 900, and then let's say if you add in a build fee of anywhere from $75 to $100. Let me recheck on the 5800X because I know those have been dropping in price. Those go for $350 from every source. BH, Newegg. Okay, so those are a bit more expensive than what I quoted earlier. I quoted 300, which I think they went on sale for like 320. But yeah. So just the graphics card and graphics card, motherboard, RAM, all that together. Anything else? Oh, we do get a B550 motherboard, so it's not like they're giving like an older B450. They just don't tell what model it is. It is Wi-Fi enabled, either in the motherboard itself or in the like an external card. It comes with 2-year warranty, parts and labor, and it comes with Windows 10 Home. In this one, you cannot remove Windows to save yourself $100. E-Rock Rufiero, thank you for joining channel membership. Welcome to the Nerd on a Budget family, or the Nerd on a Budget member club. But so for this one, I'm also seeing that this could provide the value for what they charge. Let's take a look at the $2,800 one. $2,900. Let's see what they change. You still get a 5800X. All they do is go up to a 3080 Ti. So they increase the price. Wow, they increased the price $900 for. Oh, you get 16 gigabytes of RAM. You still get a 1 terabyte hard drive. Still get a B550 motherboard. You get a Kraken this time though, so a better cooler. But no processor jump for almost $3,000. I mean, I know the 3080 Ti is very expensive, but I don't think this one, just off the bat, has as much value as the $2,000 PC build. Which this one doesn't let you change it at all, huh? Foundation Creator Build Kit. We'll get a 3080 working right now. Thanks for the advice. Hey, no problem, XVRLF. Thanks for the super chat and thanks for coming to the stream. So for your build kits, they also just have it preset. So with NZXT compared to build Redux, you can't change the parts out. You can't remove windows, but they're not grossly overselling their parts. Like they're not charging you a premium on top of it, and their labor cost seems to be very reasonable within what's expected. So you can either go for the person who originally asked the question, they had $2,400. There are no builds here that are $2,400 on build Redux or on NZXT BLD. So I would say go for the $2,000 build. But with build Redux, you get a little bit more customization. You can modify it to get it exactly to the price you want, and yeah, the exact graphic, not the exact graphics card, but the model you want, just not from the specific manufacturer. You can change your processor out, so this is good to see. But click custom PC build. Where's that? Build a custom PC. Why am I so blind today? All right, let's start our build. Hey Chris, I saw your tweet earlier today, or I'm not sure when you tweeted out. Hope you're doing okay. Coalition Gaming Chris is in the house. Someone hit and run him. I think they T-boned his truck, which really sucks. Hopefully you are okay physically and mentally, because that just sucks to deal with. But yeah, no problem, dude. If you can't make the stream, it's no issue. The budget jumps. Okay. Intel. So with NZXT, I just did NZXT dirty. I gotta apologize. I'm sorry, NZXT. I just did you dirty because my blind self did not see your custom builder, but you do have similar options. So let's go with Intel on this one. So we go to Intel. We set a budget of $2,500. We can select different CPUs. 10400. You're given the 11600K though. They don't break it down by price though, which is so it's less convenient there. Whoa! What's up with this? Is it because of the motherboard? So my question is, this is interesting. Maybe I need to let them know about this. What if I want a 12th gen Intel build, which I think you should be able to fit into a $2,500 PC build. Chipset Intel, so I can choose AMD or Intel. I can change the motherboards, I can change the CPUs, and either of those, I don't see an option to change to the LGA 1700, which would be 12th gen, which for $2,500, I don't know if I would want a, I don't know if I would want a 10th gen processor. Yeah, for build Redux, they gave us the relatively high end 12700K, and I think that jump is worth making if you can afford it. And at $2,500 for a build, I think that should definitely be kind of the requirement. So you can change these parts out. It's kind of hard to recommend anything from here though. I guess we'll go to AMD and see what they have here. So we'll go to AMD build. And then, we're going to be dealing with Ryzen 7 5800X, I'm guessing. Okay, let's see. What's the price on this? Oh, so this is one interesting about it. So, well, I was wrong earlier. There is something a little bit more special about this NZXT one. Your price range will determine which build you can get, I think. Because when I switched over to AMD, if you look in the top corner here, why is it not showing? Why is it not showing? Oh, wait, no, it's not in the top corner anymore. It's on the bottom corner. Yeah, it's up here. It switched to like the $2,000-ish computer. Because that's the parts they have on hand to make it that price. And wait, what is this? Why are they giving me a 3400G? Did I just mess something up to make it like give me some weird stuff? Why is it recommending this? We would at least get, they don't have any 5800Xs in stock, and I don't think it's justifiable to go 5900X. So we'll go, yeah, and we wouldn't get the 3400 one because that's old AMD architecture. So we'll go 5600X here. We don't need an X570 motherboard with this. We can easily go B550. Kraken X63. We need to pick a GPU. Depending on what you choose, let's pick a 3070 Ti. So now the build's about $2,200, and you have a 3070 Ti build with a 5600X, which that pairing is fine. Again, this right here makes up $900 of that $2,200. The CPU and motherboard makes up another almost $350 or so. So more than half the price goes to these three components. 5600G? You mean 5600X, right? But a 3400G, that was weird. I don't know why this is an option. Like, if we put this in the build to have a 3400G with a $2,000 build, yeah, that's not good. Best Buy, okay, let's see. So, between the two, I think if you wanted more customization, go with Build Redux. If you like NZXT, because a lot of people do like NZXT for their aesthetics and for like their coolers and stuff like that. NZXT also does not have bad value compared to what I've seen from like CyberPower, etc. Let's see. And again, I don't have any affiliates or referrals, or like I'm not sponsored by these companies. It's just what I actually personally go to when I recommend them to family or friends. Can you recommend me a build for a first time PC user? I mean, that depends on how much you have, Joan Moda. There was a mismatch box, Shane. Which one? Yeah, it was a mismatch when I tried to go 3400G because apparently the B550 is not compatible with it, which I'm not sure if that is true. But yeah. Can you get let's see, Kyle Holt. I was able to build a $2,200 Ryzen 9 3900X, 5800X, and a 3080 PC with Lyte's bro. Check that out. Oh, like Lyte Gaming, Lyte PC or whatever. Is it this company that you're talking about? Yeah, we're not gonna have time to play Elden Ring, unfortunately. So for people who are wanting to watch that, sorry. I'll try to plan for next week, but we're kind of on a roll here, just going through after the whole Artesian thing, looking at other PC build companies. But is this what you're talking about, Kyle Holt? And sorry if I missed your guys' chat a lot tonight. It's just really hard to jump between chat and then go back to what I'm doing, like going over the builds and prices and stuff. It's hard to do that without getting scatterbrained and distracted and taking forever. So I've been doing long sessions of going over my opinions on these builds and then trying to hop over to chat. But let's see, Lyte's. What is Lyte's? Lyte's PC. Is that different than Lyte Gaming PCs? Am I missing? Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, so this is the one. Fun fact about Lyte Gaming PCs: they reached out to me at some point to review one of their builds. I think I looked into them and I think they had like refurbished or used parts builds. I remember looking through their build list and I saw something that said, Jason Mitchell said, "Thanks, I'm using PS5. It would be worth the would it be worth the wait till graphics cards go down?" Okay, so if you're not in a rush, the prices of graphics cards is trending to go down. Multiple content creators have reported on it. I think Jay's 2 cents was one of the bigger ones that I saw reporting on it. But I think Hardware Unboxed did as well. I'm confident in their reporting that, and we have seen the trends that graphics card prices have been going down. If you are not in a rush and you can wait another month or so, then it doesn't hurt to wait. But if you've been impatient and you've been wanting a PC for like 2 years now, and you have enough money, you want to pull the trigger, it depends on how much saving that extra 100 or 200 is worth it to you. To some people, having a PC now instead of 2 months later is worth paying $200 extra for, because whatever they're trying to do, that spread over 2 months, 60 days, what is like 200, let's just say $300 to make it easy. That's $5 a day, right? So it's up to you. Yeah, I can't really give any more advice than that. If my PC died right now and I needed to buy something real quick, and for some reason I couldn't build my own PC, I would buy from Build Redux or NZXT to get a PC up and going again, because their prices are fair and it'll come to me with no issues. And I'll pay a graphics card premium, whatever, but it's because I need a PC right now. I don't know what situation you're in. Okay, so we got Lyte Gaming PCs, but what I was saying about them is that they reached out to me like 2 or 3 years ago. I missed their email. I didn't respond to it, but I found it when I went digging through my email randomly, and I went and looked at their website. They sold PC builds with older parts in it, like I think Sandy Bridge or Ivy Bridge parts. So my thoughts about what they were was like they did like refurbished parts builds, but let's take a look at some of their PCs that they have. Let me shop desktops real quick and we'll see. So I've seen a lot of their ads on YouTube. Like I've seen a lot of Lyte Technology, I guess is their website. Yeah, they have kind of like goofier ads where like, I'm not sure if it's their CEO or like their marketing person. He's walking through a warehouse and then there's girls in bikinis and then he's like pushing, people are falling off of forklifts and stuff like that. So they've got marketing that definitely stands out, but let's look at their price. Okay, so if we take a look at their Lyte Carbon PC, let me zoom in on this so you can see this better. We've got a Ryzen 5 2600, which by this point, I don't even think these are readily available on Amazon. Amazon. Yeah, if you look on Amazon, the prices of these are out of whack. It's who's it being sold by? I'm not sure if I can. Oh, it's sold by Platinum Micro Inc., which is that just like some third-party vendor on Amazon? But either way, it's $300, which is nowhere near worth the money, because you can get the more current chips, 3600 or the 5600X, and I would even say the 3600 is phasing out. So their Lyte Carbon, they have the 2600 at 189, which is way cheaper than Amazon because Amazon's price is completely wrong. But 189 for a Ryzen 5 2600, even brand new, that's kind of tough. I would imagine this should be down even more given how old it is. I feel like for around $200, you should at least be able to get a 3600, which those prices have been all over the place as well. Let me take a look real fast. Yeah, if you want a 3600 from Amazon, you can't get it for cheaper than $234. Dang, gone were the days when they were $200. But if we go through the rest of this system has 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is a little bit odd because RAM is so cheap that why can't you get 16 gigs in? They're quoting this for $40, which is correct, but for another 20 to 25 bucks, you can usually get up to a 16 gigabyte kit RAM. So I don't know if they're trying to like profit by splitting up 16 gig kits. I don't even know if this would be running in dual channel or if they're giving you like one single stick. 1650 going for 260. That seems maybe right. Kind of hard to. Yeah, because I think the 1650 Supers were going for well over 300. So 512 gigabyte M.2 NVMe SSD. Okay, this is a good deal right here, or this is priced well in this build for $30. Because 500 gig SSDs normally run you around 40 to 60 bucks. A320 motherboard for 80. You can find $80 B450 boards that will let you overclock this processor for this price, or even cheaper. GAMDS 500 watt power supply for 60 bucks. This seems a little bit pricey for. I'm not too aware of GAMDS power supplies though, so I would have to take a look at the tier list or see if there's any in-depth reviews with regards to like the components internally and the different like tests. But 60 just seems a little high, but you can make up for the low SSD price. We got a Sama line. Oh, this case is really. Let me look this up. Is that picture accurate? This case, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's kind of ugly. Where's the ventilation in this build? Because usually when you have a case like this that has no ventilation in the front, there's like perforated holes around the side here at least. Like NZXT does that, as well as a few other companies. They usually have at least the side you can get air in on. But looking at all these pictures, which are the same things in different colors, my goodness. Okay, so I guess there's some ventilation on one side of it, but I guess you could pull air through the top if you want, maybe the bottom. Yeah, I guess you could pull through the PSU chamber. But anyways, this looks like a super low-end budget case, and for $70, I feel like you could do a little better. Like, I wonder if they would let you swap parts out. And then Dark Flash Tower Cooler. So they give you they don't give you a stock cooler, and it's free. And then Windows 10 install and stress test. Okay. So, and build fee is $91, which is completely fair. So for $900, I would want to change up some stuff. Can you change things on this build? Details. Custom build a PC. Oh, okay. I'll look at. All right, Kyle Holt. I'll look at the custom build PC. This is like their budget line for, I guess, people with less than $1,000, which I think is worth looking at. But so their parts price is $777. Then they got their build fee. So yeah, it's tough because of this graphics card. But this one doesn't look like you can change out the parts. So interesting. If I went to buy it now. I'm just going to add it to the cart real fast. And then I'll look at the custom building one. Okay, yeah, you can't change anything. So, I can't recommend that one, unfortunately. But, custom PCs. Okay, so... Hey, it's Nate. What is up? Welcome to the chat. Let's see. Hope you're doing well. It's Nate. Coalition Gaming, Chris says, I've had good experience with Skytech gaming PC builds yourself. Decent quality build. Yeah, so Skytech, do they operate only out of Amazon? That's where I first heard of Skytech from. But Skytech, from what I've seen, like when I browse to Amazon and their PC builds come up, they use sometimes not the best cases, but I think the rest of the specs usually look pretty solid for their price. Now, we look at this custom build, which is what Kyle wants me to look at. So we can build our own thing. We can't start with a baseline price. So let's build through this. Which case do I want? Metallic Gear Neo. Which one has? They have pretty limited case selection. Interesting. Oh man, I can't say I like any of these cases. Maybe I would go with the Metallic Gear one. All these look like kind of bargain bin cases for not so bargain bin prices. Yeah, they're all like $90. I feel like, yeah, like this case right here. This one, you're choking off most of your airflow, and it looks very tacky. Why is this $150? But anyways, I'm getting off the point. Let's use this Metallic Gear Neo one. It looks like a older. It kind of reminds me of the O11 Dynamic, but we'll choose that one. How much did that cost? That one was $150, but for a $2,000-ish PC, that's completely fine. Now I can choose a CPU. Man, this website is very odd. Like, the way I'm choosing parts, why do I have to go through a slider? Sorry, I'm being nitpicky here, but these are just my first impressions trying to build something here. So we'll go with Intel. Yeah, why are there double sliders? Is anyone seeing this? We got double sliders going on here. Why is this necessary? Lyte PCs, I'm not trying to be like mean about this, or like I'm not trying to be overly critical, but if you could fix this and make like the UI of your website a little bit better, I think everyone would thank you for that, because I don't know what the point of this is. But we'll go with an i7. They're starting off with, they're charging $300 for a 9700F. That doesn't look like a, so the older stuff obviously is not going to be priced well, right? And they max out at a 10700K for $369. This is all right. I mean, this is 3 gens old. This is, and then we have this one being 2 gen old and then 1 gen old, and they're all like in the $300 price point. We do have an 11700K, but that's definitely not worth it. We might have to switch to AMD for this one. William, thank you for the 1 yeah, £1. I was about to say euro. That's £1. Thank you for the donation. So they have 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th gen, which I'm not gonna knock them for. It's just the prices on them are pretty high. So we'll go AMD, see if we can find something a little bit more reasonable. They do have Ryzen 9. They have 3900X for $479. There's no way those are still going for that much, are they? 3900X. If I wanted to buy one right now, is it because, wow, they still are, huh? So I would say that is not the value play here. I don't think anywhere has it for any cheaper. So what we would do is go with Ryzen 7. Please tell me they have a 58, like, they do have a 5800X. These are definitely not going for 400 though. 5800Xs are going for 350 consistently, if not 330, 320 when they're on sale. So we'll go with it though, because we're trying to build a $2,000 PC per Kyle's recommendation. And then for the motherboard, we're going with the 5th gen Ryzen. Might as well get, PCIe 4.0 capabilities in here. The cheapest motherboard. And if you guys know me, I usually go pretty cheap on the motherboard. Let's see. So the cheapest ones is Gigabyte. Can they show it? B550M. We got the MSI Bazooka. What is the base price they put on this? Well, Yeah, they're making it kind of hard to see because there's a base price for this, then you add up on the next one. So I wish they would just put the price of each part. It's a little weird how they're adding it like this. Yeah, so $0 if we get the MSI gaming one. Is it really worth $70 to upgrade to a B550? Let's just say for the sake of this, yes, and we'll go for the RG Strix one because it's not that much more expensive than the other B550s. All right. Okay, no, Kyle says to get the bazooka one, so we'll go with the bazooka. 169. Nice. Now this is odd. They're when I select stuff, the prices are being all weird, but that's whatever. Okay, so discount. If you get no graphics card, it costs you nothing. Like you can slap in your own graphics card. So it is nice that they're offering that. I'm trying to be as fair as I can here, right? But if we go to, they're charging $800 for a 3070 and $900 for a 3070 Ti. So they're being very fair with their graphics card pricing, and $1,000 for a 3080. This is in line with what we saw looking on Newegg and on eBay. So let's say for this build, we should be able to fit at least a 3070 into it, and we're at $1,500. Now, if you're getting something like this, you should have no less than 32 gigabytes of RAM, in my opinion. Why T-Force RAM 3200 megahertz? This seems a little bit overpriced. I swear you should be able to get this for like 140, but we'll go with this. So we're at $1,700 about. Power supply definitely. Let's see. Want to go for at least 650 watts. We could probably do with 600, but just to be safe. Of these ones, which one should I pick? We could go with the good old EVGA 600 watt bronze, but I don't think this is. Oh man, the pricing thing, it doesn't update nicely. So I think they're charging 85 for this. I could have sworn maybe it was the white label ones from EVGA that cost $50. Okay, William says, is Alpha Sync price good? What is Alpha Sync? Is that a company? We are well over the stream time today, so I'm gonna have to end it after this, unfortunately. But there's gonna be a lot to cover in next week's stream. We can continue this, but I want to finish off this build, and we'll be done. Let's see. Yeah, so of course they don't have their CX series. Oh, they do, but it's $130. We're gonna go with the Corsair CX 750. This is a B tier unit. I like using the 650 watt one because it's usually found for like $60. It seems like they're kind of overcharging for the 750 one, but I mean none of these other ones seem to be a better option. So we'll go with 750 Corsair bronze, and then for the cooler, for something like this, I mean, they don't have any options for tower style coolers because you could easily fit one on and be fine, but the Cooler Master 240mm AIO, they don't say which model it is, but they're charging $120 for it. I know there are some of these Cooler Master coolers are like $80. So I'm just gonna have to go by their word that it's worth it, apparently. Let's go for a 1 terabyte drive. So where's the NVMe drives? They got 2.5-inch drives all along here. Here we go. They've got 256 gigs for $48. That is definitely overpriced. This shouldn't be more than like 35-ish. Let's see the 1 terabytes. They got the XPG ones. So you're paying at least for 1 terabyte NVMe drive, you're paying at least $130, which I know for a fact if you go to Amazon. Let's look at 1 terabyte NVMe's. You can get a Western Digital black one for, what is this? This is 1 terabyte for $104. You can get a used one if you're okay with that for $85. Here's a Samsung 1 terabyte SSD. It's their 980, which is kind of the lower end one, but still, that's $99. Here's a Sabrent Rocket one, $90. So I don't know why they only have $130 offerings as their lowest price one, but we'll choose this one just in case. Okay, we're not gonna get any additional storage. Do you have to select Windows? Windows 10 install. This is interesting. So for Windows 10, 24-hour stream. Okay, we'll talk about that afterwards. Melissa is probably pissed at me right now because I'm starving. She's probably starving, and we gotta cook dinner in a bit. But they charge $25 to install Windows, which should be considered the labor fee. That's part of the labor building fee. So are they charging this on top of what their $100 bill fee? They are, because the $100 bill fee is right here. Windows 10 unactivated, just to install it, which cost them nothing to do. They're charging $25 for, which does look like a better option than paying $125 here. But I don't know about this. I don't know about that. For dinner, we're having cod, potatoes, and I think green beans. Probably sauteed with garlic. Okay. So we'll choose that because it looks like we may have had to choose an option. So for the fans, I don't want any additional fans. Let's just choose one because we'll assume that the case doesn't come with any. No USB adapter. All right, here's the last of it. Can I return a PC if you don't like it? Yes, you can return the PC within the first 30 days of delivery. Return shipping paid by customer, which would be around $100 or so. I'm wrapping up now. It's been a really good stream, babe. It's been a really good stream. How long is processing time? Okay. It's really specific. Anthem with 45 days. 30 to 45 days. So I think with something like this, because is that what I don't know what NZXT or Build Redux is turnaround times for, but I think a month, that probably is reasonable considering the high demand for PC gaming now and the shortage of parts. Is the PC upgradable? Yep. Okay. Whatever is broken. All right. Can we look at the final? Let's buy this now. What do we see in the cart when we put it into Lyte Gaming PCs? Catch you on the flip side. Said, "Lol, hurry, go eat with the fam." Yeah, I will, but she's very understandable. Let's see. So in this build, so I'm gonna cross out this carbon one because that one's worth it. So here's all the parts broken down. I wish they would give the price per part like they did in the other builds, but they don't. And this comes out to $2,200. I think there's probably tax. Yeah, it's gonna be estimated. So for me, it's 10%. This is gonna be a $2,400 build. Kyle Holt, who asked for this, I built it, and I don't know if I see the value in this over the other two that we looked at. I mean, the website was definitely more painful to go through, and some of the stuff like their prices, it was a little on the high end. Like the AIO, the power supply, it was like an extra $10, $20, $30 for some of these parts that they're gonna, I'm assuming they're pocketing it. Maybe not. Maybe they did buy these for a higher price, but yeah, don't know if I could recommend it just based on the two builds that I looked at today. Maybe we can look at this in a future stream, but for now, definitely not gonna recommend it. But if I put in a 5800X and a 3080, the price even goes up even more. I do have a 5800X in here. I put a 3070, and that's already coming in at 2200. Like I said, the graphics card prices that they were charging in here is fine. It's the other parts that it looks like they were a little bit overcharging for. So, oh yeah, Kevin Go, thank you for the reminder, which I guess would help out at the end of stream for the VOD afterwards. Where is the thing? Yeah, so I don't know if there's any new viewers here or everyone here's already subscribed and following and bell notifications, stuff like that, but yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for the stream though. We had a pretty successful stream. We talked about a lot of things, Artesian Builds in general, my communication with Artesian Builds and why it never worked out. Then we looked at different pre-builts, and that took up most of the time. So no time for games today. Maybe next week. But I'm gonna chill and chat for the next 5 minutes just because I've been going at like a million miles an hour on this stream, and I haven't had enough chance to hang out with chat. So we're gonna just read what chat has to say, because I do appreciate everyone being here. And part of the stream is getting the interaction live. So let's see, what do we have here? It's Nate became a member. It's Nate. Thank you for joining the channel membership. You've been watching the streams ever since I was streaming with like Lee back in the day. You're one of the OGs, and you're a moderator too. So thank you for joining the channel membership. How's the water? The water is delicious. It has my finger, filth that I've been touching the rim on. So I've been adding to the flavor over the course of the stream. Shane Eslick says, Shane, were you here the entire stream, by the way? Did you not have one of your appointments, your mental health appointments today? If so, thank you for attending the full stream, or thank you for coming back if that was the case. Let's see. Love this. Get Good Greggy said, love the stream, Danny. Hope you can check out Elden Ring. Yeah, I'm down to play it on stream. Is just tonight was like we had a full plate to look at. So, and everyone who submitted stuff to Twitter as well. Hopefully we can get to that next week. Sorry I took so long looking through all these builds. Just because there's so many things to look at when you are piecing out a PC build. If you're trying to save as much money as you can, yeah, there's definitely a lot to talk about. William asks, how often do you stream? I stream every single Wednesday at the same time, 5 p.m. PST. So I stream for about 2 to 2.5 hours every single week. So you can find me here on the channel. And yeah, we do this basically every week. Sometimes I play games with the viewers if we have time. All right, Kyle Holt. Have a good shower and a good rest of your week. Coalition Gaming says, with how dark the background is behind you, you'd think it would look cool if you took RGB floodlight. Yeah, I should do that. I do have my RGB stuff. Let me see. I'll do it next stream, maybe. Yeah, because remember, I had one of these. I could easily turn the brightness up on this and then turn it to like some RGB mode to light up the background more. Not like that, but yeah, Chris, good point. I should probably do that if I can get this to work. Oh. Yeah, let me get some accent lighting going on in here, right? What is better, Danny? A GTX 970 or 1050 Ti? Performance wise, those kind of trade blows with each other. I think depending on the title, one could be. Why did I do this to? I should do this to green. What am I doing? But performance wise, yeah, it would be. It's hard to say which one I would recommend. If any, I would probably recommend the 1050 Ti for being the one gen newer. But no, to light up my back. What do you mean by my back, Chris? You mean like this? There's nothing to light up there. So do you mean like light up like this? Go cook dinner. I got 2 more minutes before I end the stream. We'll go to 7:20. The streams are always something you look forward to. The vibes are unmatched. Ryan Henderson, thanks for the kind words. Thank you. Dude, the vibes are equally here because you all are here. So this is a team and group effort we got going here. So yeah, good vibes are also equally attributed to the amazing chat that we have every single stream. Yeah, we'll talk, Chris, definitely. I disappear into the void. Yeah, I keep it dark in here just because when I turn the light on, I don't have the best ceiling lights. They don't look good on the stream. Yeah, I would go 1050 Ti. I wouldn't pay more than like 175 for it. I would wait. Actually, the prices should come down. There was a time 1050 Ti's were about $100. So yeah, okay, 24-hour stream. I would be totally down to do it. It would probably work best on a weekend though. I'm open to ideas if you guys, and this won't be like on the next stream or anything. So for like right now, if you have any ideas for 24-hour stream or in the upcoming streams, or if you hit me up on Twitter, I'm down for some different ideas. I've never done a 24-hour stream. I know that I could do it though because I pull all-nighters often, and I've been awake for like almost 48 hours at a time, and LAN parties have trained me well for this. So I am totally prepared for a 24-hour stream. I'm curious what the viewership would look like though, like if it would continue the whole time or if it would be big drop-offs when people go to sleep. So charity/gaming stream. Okay, I would be down to do that too. That's gonna be a lot of talking, but maybe we can mix it up because I don't honestly. Whenever I get to the gaming portion of the stream, viewership usually drops off. I think people mostly like to see me look at PC parts or talk about PC tech and stuff more so than gaming. But during the 24 hours, we have so much time. I should be able to do some gaming too. So I would definitely try to do a mix and match. Definitely look up. I would try to get some sponsors to try to get some good giveaway stuff for people who attend, things like that. So beat Minecraft and try to beat Elden Ring for 24 hours. You'll come and hang out late night, Nate. Thank you. Let's see. The best YouTube says, should I sell my 960 before it drops in price? I would say, are you using that 960 or is it just sitting on your shelf as like a backup part or as like, are you a PC part flipper? If you're not actively using it, definitely sell it. But if you are using it, then you can't sell it because you're not going to be able to buy something else unless you're willing to wait a month or two for prices to continue to come down. So it all depends. Hey, so the good thing about the 24-hour stream would be viewers from other sides of the world can catch the stream at a more reasonable time. Because I know some people stay up to like 2 a.m. to watch this stream, which I'm super thankful for. But yeah, 24-hour stream would definitely be able to catch the rest of the viewer base. Let's see. Aiden says, don't buy iBuyPower. I had it, an awful experience within a week. It was running slow. One of your fans broke. Yeah, I do hear way more horror stories about iBuyPower, CyberPower PC, and them compared to companies like NZXT, BLD, and Build Redux. But let's see. Was it the 770 was about equivalent to a 1050 Ti? I thought it was the 1050 was close to a 770, but I could be wrong on that. Yeah, it is past 720, but okay. You guys have been awesome. Guys and gals, everyone has been awesome. Thank you for attending the stream, making this stream lit. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. This weekend's video I am very excited about because it was a long time in the making. It is related to the LAN party story stuff, so you could probably get an idea of what it's about, but it's going to be a really fun video. So I'm finishing it up right now. I hope you all enjoy it when it does come out. A lot of work went into it, a lot of preparation. So definitely please show up when it does drop. Show love and stuff because it would break my heart if it like performs 10 out of 10 in terms of my latest videos. But other than that, you guys have a great rest of your night and rest of your week. And I will see you in the comments of when that video drops. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye.